Psolka, Ivy Masters Learning Center at ivymasters.com, and today we're going to look at the 48th question from Digital SAT Test 1, Potato Version, Reading, Writing, and it says, researchers studying the terra-cotta army, the thousands of life-size statues of warriors found interred near the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang of China, were shocked to realize that the shape of each statue's ears, like the shape of each person's ears, are, is, or were, have been unique. Which choice completes the text so that it conforms to the conventions of standard English? In other words, what's the correct answer? Now, there's two things to check for when a verb is underlined. First of all, you have to be able to identify those things as a verb. These are more difficult to identify as verbs because most students will say, oh yeah, verb shows an action. Well, these don't show action. These are examples of non-action verbs, state of being verbs. So first off, you got to identify it as a verb. And then like a checklist in your mind, what are two things that could be wrong with a verb? Number one, it could have bad verb tense, past, present, or future. Like tomorrow I was at the movies. No, tomorrow I will be at the movies. Or bad subject-verb agreement. They is my friends. No, they are my friends. What I recommend is first thing you should check for is subject-verb agreement. It's more prevalent. It's more common than verb tense. So to check for subject-verb agreement, you first have to identify the subject. Who or what are or is or were or have been unique. And so when we look at the passage, notice we've got a clause right after the comma. And I'm going to start it here. The shape of each person's ears are or is or were or have been unique. So that could be its own sentence. Now, one thing you want to do is when you're identifying subject-verb agreement, take out prepositional phrases. You could ask yourself who or what's performing the action. You could also, well, there's no action here because it's a state of being verb. Of is a preposition. Make sure you know your prepositional phrases. You probably knew them in middle school. Cross out from of until you reach the noun. Of each person's. Now, person is a noun, but it's possessive, so you got to keep going. Ears is part of that. So students will get this wrong all the time because they'll be like, ears is plural. So they'll say ears are, ears were, ears have been, but that's not right because it's part of the prepositional phrase. You got to take it out. This is what the SAT will commonly do. The subject here is shape. They'll put it, and shape is singular. They'll put a singular subject, and then they'll have a prepositional phrase that ends with a plural noun, and that plural noun is going to be closer to the verb, so it sounds like you need a plural verb, but that's wrong. Or they'll put a plural subject and the prepositional phrase that ends with a singular noun that's closer to the verb. But regardless, take out those prepositional phrases. Subject is shape. Now, in identifying it as singular, plural, hopefully you just read shape are sounds bad, shape is sounds good, shape were sounds bad, shape have been sounds bad. So you know it's B. If you're ever confused after you identify the subject of the sentence, then replace singulars with it, he, or she. Replace plurals with they. So here, I would replace shape with, since it's singular, I'd replace it with it. And then it'll be obvious. It are unique? No. It is unique? Yes. It were unique? No. It have been unique? No. So the correct answer here is B. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has difficulty with subject-verb agreement. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any SAT or PSAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything and check out our 1-minute video on TikTok. Have a great day.